Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Destructive Interviews with Danny James. And my guest today, I am very privileged to be joined by DKW British champion, the heavyweight Lewis Barrett. How are you doing today?
How are we today, sir? I'm doing very well.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm not too bad considering obviously what is going on in the world at the moment.
Yeah, but at this point, I'd like to even just be training at the minute and just be lifting some weights and trying to make up for some lost time. At that point, would be an improvement, wouldn't it? But yeah, I can't wait to get back in the ring. But at this point, I'm not too despondent because it's kind of the same for everyone. It's a bit cliche to say it is what it is, but then it kind of always holds back to that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose as well for you, the good thing as well is every day that you're sat at home is, an extra day added on to your title reign. So
Uh,
means
yeah, although it is, but I think that everyone's got to look back at this period and go like, should he be longest reigning? Does that even really count?
yeah.
But but for the British heavyweight title in particular, this is only one back in October, so it's still new enough that we can accept this one.
And so you've had like, if I'm right in thinking, you've had one defense of it so far. That was the chairs match against Lucas Jackson.
No, yeah, just the one so far. Yeah,
Yeah, so
so after winning that, yeah, the life coach put himself forward for the first challenge. I said, "You got to earn it, bro." He put his crony in there with me to start with, and he got himself involved and got me disqualified. But he got my attention, and then the warning signs and the red flags showed when obviously he, cheap shot of me from behind, beat me in that 6-man tag. But then when it comes to chairs match, there was oh hell was kind of rain down on him. He gave it to me as good as I got it, and I was ready to move forward now. Like, that to me was a challenge that solidified why I should be champion.
yeah, and I think just going back to that. So obviously Lucas picked the stipulation for that match, a chairs match. He tried to basically stack the odds against you as much as he could, sort of thing. It was like, okay, so you're going to pick the stipulation. I mean, when I spoke with him on the first of these interviews, he even mentioned that the plan was initially to have Chris Hunter at ringside as well, and then Matt Bull obviously turning around saying, "Well, actually, no. If you're going to face Lewis Barrett for the title, it's got to be a one-on-one match." And you basically showed that you've got that grit, determination, and that fight in you to take on anybody. And despite the odds being stacked against you in that match, you're going into another match with a competitor that's again significantly like bigger than yourself in Sam Dufresne. So
Just,
just
just
just a bit.
not much in it,
No.
but advantage Sam a little. Yeah, obviously another completely different opponent altogether. But who did I beat to win it? It was Sam, wasn't it? So, but I feel this time round, I feel like he's more ready now. I feel like all the physical attributes, he's got that in abundance. But I feel like the void in not in coming up short before will be regained now with more focus and more determined work going into it. I saw the Christmas battle royal that he won. There was some formidable opponents in there, and I actually got to give him some credit here. Like, at last, a good dozen, if not more, just shows me that he actually probably he's more ready this time round. It's 50-50, but champ's advantage this time round.
And I think as well, like going into it, like, so when I was speaking to like a lot of your peers on the DKW roster, they're kind of split really. Like there's not really much in it in who they think's going to win. There's mostly people are indifferent. They're like, I don't really care who wins. And, for you as a champion, when people say they'd much rather Sam win, that must be for you a good thing them saying that, because then it means that they fear you slightly more and they're thinking, well, actually, if Sam wins the title, I've got more of a chance of beating him than I have of beating Barrett. But then,
Well, I understand there's a target on my back. I know that. But what I'd say is we are at a time where everyone wants a shot. So I understand why they say they don't care, because it's a case of it doesn't. Who's it matter who's champion? Because as long as I'm challenging at some point, that's where I need to be. So I understand, and I'm not too disheartened and despondent about that. But hey, fear me, man. Like there's a reason why that must be fearing me, man. Because no jackhammer needed spear, and then those days that you mentioned, just they keep rumbling on, don't they? So as far as I'm concerned, as a champion, come at me, no matter what size, shape, and background you come from. Like I'm more than happy to test myself against anyone, and particularly the best.
And is there anybody in particular that you've got your eye on that you want to face, regardless of whether it's like a title match or just like just an exhibition match kind of thing? Like anybody maybe that you've not faced for a while, not faced at all, even.
Well, if we're talking exhibition matches, well, let's just go for to Mike Tyson then, shall we? He likes an exhibition. He likes an exhibition match at the minute, doesn't he? Yeah, there's a
Be a
couple.
big heavyweight contest as well.
Yeah, I mean, maybe AJ and Tyson Fury needed a warm-up match as well before they fight each other. Obviously, literally, Jake and Logan Paul, they just want all the publicity they can want at the minute. So even them. No, in all seriousness, there's a couple. The one that sticks out to me is Harry McDonald, Brotherhood. He's got something special, and at his early stage of his development and his early age, I feel like he's only going to get better, and he has an X factor that explodes to me that the connection he has with the crowd is undeniable, and I feel like his work is getting that way, and I feel that regardless if it's for the championship or not, like he's someone that I feel like if I wrestle him, I feel like when my time comes to hang up the boots, that would be good development for him going forward. He's one I've got my eye on, but there's no way I'm rolling over anytime soon. Let's make that clear. But he is a guy that I feel like he's got such a future that I feel like he can and will be on a big stage. What I will say with this whole pandemic that we're living in right now is there are some people I actually do quite feel sorry for, because I feel like this was a critical time for their development, for getting the experience, and they're not, well, what experience you're getting just doing press-ups at home and you're doing nothing. So he's a guy that if he just stays hungry, and he wants it when we're back, I think the sky's the limit for someone like that.
And I think like you touched on, obviously, whether it's for the title or not, people may not necessarily have known, but you were actually the showcase champion before all the titles were vacated.
Well, it's funny you say that, because here's one I made earlier.
Oh, there we go. So you were the showcase champion before they all got vacated. That could have well been the stepping stone maybe that Harry needed. You mentioned about Harry McDonald being a possible champion. Maybe that could be the way that he gets that step up, basically, is to go from the showcase championship, maybe then build up to obviously the British title level. But I'm sure he's going to be focusing a little bit on the tag team scene as well with the Brotherhood. Obviously they're close, like allies of yours, I'm guessing. They're going to be
they are two wonderful guys, the Brotherhood. But I'm going to campaign for this to be reinstated now, because at least when we're back, I want to campaign for it to be reinstated immediately, because as you said, we know it. The Showcase Championship is an important stepping stone championship in its own right. It is the DKW version of the Intercontinental title in that respect. It's the workhorse title. It's something I've worked for, and it's only right that the next workhorse earns it.
And it's helped you, as we've seen. Yeah. It's helped you make that transition from showcase champion to British champion, pretty much carrying drop kicks or DKW on your shoulders pretty much now.
On these big old broad shoulders, yeah. I've had the championship 3 times now. It was pivotal to moving onwards and upwards, because when a situation arises with the with the British Championship, you know, it was one of those things where I've proven when I held the gold strap that you know I got me in there, and it proved that. So, but yeah, so now right now it's about proving myself, and I want to face the ex British champions that have come before me, British Heavyweight Championships legacy now, because you know there's some people that may or may not know. Obviously, Stu Bennett, a very famous alumni of DKW. To everyone at home, that's Wade Barrett. But before that, his time there, he was a former British heavyweight champion himself. And he's
Any relation?
mm, a coincidence. Although I did have that a lot when I started.
Uncle
Wait,
Stu, yeah.
your surname is Barrett, like the 5-time IC champion, former King of the Ring. No, it's pure coincidence. But you know, also as you've got to think as well, Nick Aldis, the current NWA World Champion, he's also challenged for this championship and come up unsuccessful. And but it's a stepping stone for his career. I mean, he's now become in his own right one of the best NWA World Champions. And it's certainly recent memory, but you can also almost say at this point that he is on the level of the greats from before. Like he has more than
100%.
brought prestige back to that championship that is once held by Ric Flair, Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes, Sting, Lou Thez.
It's good company to be in, to be fair.
It's an honour and it is a privilege. It means so much from the bottom of my heart just to even have the opportunity to do that. But I feel like I've more than warranted my spot, and I'm not giving up for no one. But you can have to take it. But once you take it, you've earned that respect, and you've earned your name to be amongst the elite of not just British wrestling, but the world of the sport that we love. I do want to pave the way as well. I think that's important. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, just come form a queue and step up one at a time.
And so, I mean, so obviously the final thing I'm going to ask you essentially is when we can eventually get back into wrestling. You've got obviously the big match against Sam Dufresne coming up, but what else would you say would be the plans for Lewis Barrett for the remainder of 2021? Like, say wrestling could start again tomorrow, basically. You've obviously, once you get the title defense against Sam out of the way, what would be your plans for the rest of 2021?
The plan would be to defend it in other promotions when it all opens up, to really test myself against the best and to raise that bar. But I think it's important to get the fans back at this point. There's so much I can say that I want to do before it's like I would rather be in front of people. So I'd like to, first of all, I'd like to see it get back to a state of health and safety. First and foremost,
100%.
I think we all do. It is different, very, very different with a smaller crowd compared to the larger paying audience, or if not, no people at all. It's just you, your opponent, a camera. That's different. I mean, obviously we've seen the major promotions obviously pull it off, but it's still not the same. But it's hard to say what I want for 2021 when we all kind of don't know. But in the ideal scenario that you're pitching, where we can go back tomorrow, everywhere and anywhere is what I want. And hey, even abroad.
Sounds good. So yeah, so pretty much your match against Sam Dufresne is obviously the big story that's going to be, I guess, the main focus when DKW returns. I mean, how are you feeling about that? Do you feel like you're going to come out of it still champion?
Not also still champion, but he's going to be in the rearview mirror. Like I'm ready to move on from Sam when this match is over. No matter the outcome, I'm ready to move on no matter what anyway. He's been a thorn in my side, but I'm going to whoop that ass again.
Sounds good. I think that's probably a very good way as well to end this. So I just want to say like massive thank you to you for taking time out of
Oh, you're welcome, sir.
your
You are
busy
very
schedule. A massive thank you to you. Thank you guys at home for watching. We look forward when we can eventually get back to seeing you guys back in the ring as soon as possible when it is safe to do so. Thank you for watching. Keep subscribing to the DKW YouTube channel. A big thank you again to the champ. Thank you from myself.
Thank you for watching.
Take care, guys, and stay safe, everybody.